Okay, I got a new phone, so I'm not sure what the quality is going to look like. Hopefully it looks better. Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another what sold from last week video. I'm going to show you guys some of the sales that I had on multiple different platforms selling used clothing that I pick up at thrift stores and flip online for profit. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kaylee. I'm an online reseller. I find used clothing at thrift stores and I flip them online for a profit. My channel is about teaching other people to resell and make money online. All the links that I mentioned in the video are down below in the description. You can click on the link tree down below and it will pop up my eBay and Poshmark closet if you're interested in viewing. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions or you just want to say hi. You can also send me a message over on Instagram. If you like this reseller content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I make new videos. Let's jump into today's video. Alright guys, I'm going to try to go pretty quickly because I do have quite a few items to share with you today. So my sales were from September 13th through the 19th. I sold a total of 50 items between quite a few different platforms. eBay, Poshmark, a direct sale, Grailed, and Tradesy. So that's technically 5 different streams that was coming from. Had a gross sales of $1,435.22. Average sale price $28.70, and then my total cost of goods for everything was $232.88. On eBay I sold 22 items for $6.75. On Poshmark I sold 25 items for $6.48, so those were pretty neck and neck. I did have 3 other sales, like I said, a direct sale to one of my subscribers, a sale on Grailed, and a sale on Tradesy. All 3 of those combined grossed me $111 with an average sale price of $37.14. Starting first on eBay, I sold this vintage dress. It was by the brand Le Aiglon. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but you get the gist here. I picked this up because the cottagecore trend was and is still going on. And this is just a beautiful baby blue embroidered dress. I thought it was really on trend, and even if cottagecore wasn't going on, I would still pick it up. I dated this from the 1950s, and this brand, usually vintage brands don't matter to me, but this brand in particular was doing really well, so I would look out for this brand in particular. If I came across it again, I would pick it up. This did have a little bit of, I guess, wear, not really wear, more like a flaw, where the bottom hem had come undone and it needed stitched. No damage, but I did note that in the listing, and you can kind of see it down here. It'd be a simple fix for somebody that likes vintage clothing like this. Had it listed pretty high at $95. I listed mine higher than some of the other dresses in this brand because mine was a more unique, desirable style and color. So I had listed for $95 and it sold for $85 on an offer. This next piece is by Eileen Fisher. I love this brand, especially when I find them in pieces that could be worn in a modern style. This is the tag here, which I think might be somewhat of an older tag, but it'll look pretty similar if you come across it. This is a Catalan organic linen tunic top. I was able to find the style name for this top by doing a quick search on Google. You can watch my videos about picking up style names to put in your titles if you're interested in learning how to do that. But this was an organic linen tunic top, plaid with front pockets, a little bit of button detail. All in all, had a lot going for it, and this really goes along with that login look and minimalist trend. Had this one listed for $63.99 with free shipping, and it ended up selling on offers that I sent out for $57.59 with free shipping. This is a lambskin skirt by Zara, and this was quilted. It was just a mini skirt. I put the word baddie in the title because I felt like it really went along with that aesthetic. I try really hard to put the aesthetic that I think somebody searching for that type of clothing might search for on Google or on Pinterest, because I think it might bring them to my listing. So I try really hard to add some sort of style or aesthetic in the title. This one was in really great condition. I was surprised. I thought it was faux leather because it was so soft and thin, but when I looked on the inside, it was made out of lambskin leather, which added to its value. I have this one listed for $44.99 and it ended up selling on offers to watchers for $40.49. This is just a jumpsuit by American Eagle. I really like picking up American Eagle when they're in more substantial or more trendy pieces. This one was a jumpsuit, which is more along the lines of a more substantial piece. Nothing too special about it. It was just floral print, had a little bit of peekaboo details. I had this one listed for $24.99 and it did sell at full price and I gave the buyer free shipping. This one did sell like within days, so I was pretty happy with that. Another American Eagle item, these are a women's Tom Girl is the style name, which I found on the inside of the jeans here. And this style has been doing really well for me. I sold one of them and now I keep my eye out for it. This was also a button fly. I only pick up this style because comps on this, the sell-through rate isn't really there unless it is one of the distressed pieces. So I only pick them up if they are super distressed, but they always flip really, really quickly. This one I had listed for $24.99 with free shipping. These do go first class usually because they're pretty lightweight denim. This did sell at full price really, really quickly. This next one is a graphic t-shirt by the brand Thrasher, which is a skateboard magazine. I noticed this is a really trending like graphic shirt to have. This is just their basic and a men's size extra large. Some people are cropping these, some people are bleaching them. I just left this one plain as is in case somebody wanted to DIY. But these always flip very, very quickly for me, and typically I'm picking these shirts up for $1 or $2, so it's worth the investment. So this one I had listed at $19.99 with free shipping, and it did sell at full price very quickly. This is another Zara piece. This is an oversized wool mohair blend sweater. Anything in Zara that is a knit and is super oversized and kind of that comfy style is definitely worth picking up. Historically, they've done really, really well for me. This one I had listed at $35 and it ended up selling at full price. These are a pair of boots that I've had for far too long. They are a pair of Brash boots. I believe I originally picked these up at the bins and they were a size 10. So I thought that they would fit me, but they didn't fit quite right. So I ended up listing them. You can tell from the fuzzy rug background that these are a really old listing, back when I still used the fuzzy rug. But nonetheless, even though they're not a great brand, I think that brand was like sold at Payless or something like that. They were like a desirable style, I think, still trendy. So anyways, I had them listed for quite some time. I had them listed at $32.99. They ended up selling for an offer of $28.50, which I was pretty happy with for a pickup from the bins, and quite honestly, I just wanted to see them go. Moving on over to Poshmark, I sold this Altered State women's flory gauzy tiered maxi dress. I think putting all those keywords in the title really helped to put eyes on this. Altered State is not sold at Anthropologie. I was corrected. I saw so many people saying that this was sold at Anthropologie, and when you search it on eBay, a lot of the listings have Anthropologie in the title. So I guess I just assumed that it was sold there, but a viewer actually let me know that this is like a standalone online store, or they do have some physical locations, but they're a Christian-based company, which I thought was really cool. And to be honest, they make clothing that looks like it could be sold at Anthropologie, and I really, really like the style of Altered State, and they definitely have a following. So although in the past I have said they are sold at Anthropologie, I was wrong, so do not put that in your title. I actually need to go back and review mine to make sure I didn't put that in there. But all in all, I do think that this is a brand worth picking up if you've got a substantial, cute piece. This one ended up selling relatively quickly at $30. I had a few bundles this week. I didn't want to go through every individual piece. I'll do the math for you here. I sold this bundle of 3 items for $72, which makes each piece $24. Whenever somebody's bundling something, I am way more likely to drop my price per item just to get some of that inventory moving, especially if they are older pieces. These ones weren't necessarily older pieces, but they aren't any of my high-end items, so I was comfortable letting them go for $24 each in a bundle, moving more quantity versus a higher average sale price. So I sold a Moon and Madison chenille sweater, a Massimo Supply overall bibs, and then a Ward Here Fashion, which brand's kind of irrelevant. I think this is like a boutique pleated belted maxi dress. I just like the style of that one, and it's pretty on trend for fall. So I already got good feedback for this. Like I said, I let the bundle of 3 go for $72, and I recommend not like holding on to your items unless they are more rare. I'm happy to get some of these moving so that I can bring newer styles and newer items into my closet. This is a Levi's denim trucker jacket. This is a women's, and I believe the style was on the inside. Yep, this was called the Type 1 Iconic Jacket. Levi's denim jackets in all genders do very well, but in particular I did look up that style. I priced mine a little high. It ended up selling for $49, which I was very happy with. Definitely recommend, if you can get it at a good price, picking up Levi's denim jackets in basically any form. This is a Smart Wool women's merino wool zip pullover, and I think this brand in general I basically never pass on unless it has holes. I always check for holes. This is the logo, and then this one did have the tag on the inside, but sometimes it's not always there. Honestly, doesn't look like much, but this brand does really, really well and has an excellent sell-through rate. This one I ended up selling on an offer for $30 with a buyer. I feel like I could have held out and gotten closer to $40, but I was happy to have a quick flip and get that out to the buyer. This is a brand that I've come across a couple times and it always flips very, very quickly for me, but for some reason I can like never find comps on it. I think it must have been like a test. I think I've looked it up before. I think it was like a test brand that never ended up sticking around. But nonetheless, I usually pick them up because they are distressed sweaters, which is very trendy right now. I really like the aesthetic of this one. This one flipped really quickly for $32. Again, I do like this brand, but in general, I think just looking out for the aesthetic of intentionally distressed sweaters is very trendy right now. This is a Rag & Bone wool blend striped sweater. I'm more careful now than ever of picking up Rag & Bone because it doesn't flip as quickly or for as much as it used to, but I figured with fall coming up that this sweater was pretty on trend. This was kind of a more cropped style, and the sleeves were a little bit sheer, so you could see the stripes a little bit better. It did have a wool blend in it as well. This one ended up selling relatively quickly for $30. This is another bundle, and I sold this bundle for $85 with 5 items, making each item $17, which again is quite a lower average sale price for me, but some of these items were really, really old. Some of them are on the lower end that I picked up from the bins, so I was happy to just get these moving and see them go. So each item was Banana Republic wool cable knit sweater, an Ann Taylor Loft scallop sweater, a Gimmicks by BKE cable knit sweater. This one's like my oldest one, very old. This is a very cute Ann Taylor Loft Dolman striped crop sweater. This probably would have done well if I would have retaken the photos because as you can see it's pretty dark. And then a pair of White House Black Market blue belted dress pants, which was an older style. So all of those together, again, $17 per piece, but again, I'm happy to move quantity, get those pieces out so I can put better items in my closet, and I'm happy that the buyer got a good deal. This is an Athleta top. This is a yoga tie-back sweatshirt. I was able to look up the style name for this, And Substantial Pieces and Athleta have done really well for me. This one I ended up settling on an offer for $28 with the buyer. This is a pair of Show Me Your Moo Velvet Bam Bam Bells pants. Had this price higher at I think maybe $65 or $55. I have been sitting on them for a couple months, so when somebody settled with me for $45, I went ahead and let them go. This brand can do really well. I noticed that the Bam Bam Bells pants were doing quite well, but it is a unique style, so I do think you have to sit on them for a little bit. Here is the tag. So again, I ended up accepting an offer for $45. This is a pair of Ralph Lauren leather Mariah was the style name riding boots. These were an equestrian style boot. I like how the buckle details come around, and then as you can see, I photographed close-ups so that the spellet details could be seen. This style is really popular right now. I think equestrian pieces I've been reading are going to be really popular this fall and winter. These I have been sitting on for a little while, but we're back into the season. So I was hoping that they would sell. I accepted an offer of $48 on these, which I think is a really good deal for the buyer. This is another Zara wool mohair blend sweater. This is actually the same style. This one was just new with tags. So this one ended up selling for $35, which I think is a little bit more than what the other one that was not new with tags sold for. Again, picking up oversized cozy sweaters in Zara, you can't go wrong. This is a lower end item, but I wanted to show this because a lot of people pass on these brands, and I hear from you guys a lot that you're not able to find really good brands in your area, and I wanted to tell you that I'm going through the same thing. Whenever I go sourcing, it's not in my area. I usually have to drive 35, 40 to even up to an hour away and shop basically in a different community in order to find good pieces. So that's my strategy, is driving farther away, and then I just basically make a whole day of it. But if you're somebody who can't do that and you want to stay in your area, then you need to focus on quantity versus quality and finding items for cheap. These I picked up at the Ben's, and this is just Sonoma, which is a brand I come across all the time. But I decided to do a test on this because it is a well-known brand. Well-known, but doesn't mean it's high-end. A well-known brand, which I think is sold at like Kohl's or Target. It had an interesting print. It was a modern looking jean, and it was what I would consider plus size and a size 16. So larger sizes, print, decent brand, modern style. If you have all those factors, then you'll have to be more selective, but you can flip things quickly like these ones did for a decent amount. I sold these for $18, which is pretty good for something that I picked up for about $1. So if you're somebody that lives in an area where you can't get good brands, this is one strategy. Last item on Poshmark were these Madewell curvy high-rise skinny jeans. I love picking up Madewell jeans, although they used to sell for a lot more. This was a very small size in a size 25. Nonetheless, they still sold relatively quickly. They were in really great condition, and I sold them for $35. And last two sales I wanted to show you were off of other platforms. This item sold on Grailed. I know you guys get curious about like what items are selling on which platforms, because I know you're curious about cross-listing items over. This is the kind of item I like to sell on Grailed. This is a vintage Nike ACG hiking boot, and these were pretty popular. As you can see, they had 26 likes over on Grailed. They ended up selling for $50, which is the price including shipping. So my shipping came out of this price, but nonetheless, I made a pretty good profit off of this piece. And then over on Tradesy, which is not really my favorite site to cross-list on. In fact, I don't hardly ever cross-post anything over to here. I cross-posted like most of my Zara pieces when I first started realized I didn't really like the platform for various different reasons, and so my Zara pieces are still sitting over here, and occasionally a couple things sell. This one sold this past week. This is a Zara black chain print midi short dress, and I have been doing this for a little while. Chain print dresses, chain print, scarf print, whatever you call them. This print right here in Zara pieces do amazing in general. This I feel like was just an undesirable style. It was kind of a t-shirt dress, but in the past I've sold Zara with this all over for really, really good money. So when that was going on, I kind of picked this up. This ended up selling for $36.43 on a sale with shipping included. This did go first class, so I ended up making a little over $30 before fees or anything like that, which I was happy with because I wanted to get this item moving.
Alright guys, so that is the end of the video today. That is my sales numbers from last week and some of the highlighted sales. Hope that you guys enjoyed watching. Drop a comment down below and let me know how your sales are going for you. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.